3 books? Wait a minute. Hold it. Nobody said anything about 3 books.
That's right, Deadites and Ghost Beaters. 3 books. And we're going to talk about what Bruce had to say about that and how this kind of shakes up the entire universe and our perspective of how the Necronomicon works. But before we do that, if you like this Evil Dead content, please drop a like and a comment on the video below. I answer all my comments and it really does help the channel. Of course, smash that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell for all Evil Dead and horror related content. Now, Evil Dead Rise is on the horizon. We're going to probably find out pretty soon whether it's going to be just HBO Max or it's going to be on HBO Max and in theaters come this fall. Post probably drop somewhere around Halloween, which makes complete sense unless it does get pushed back because there's a lot of flux going on right now between Warner Brothers Discovery as the whole merge continues, and apparently because of the buzz, the whole theatrical component has definitely made it possible to get pushed back as well. But the thing that stands out to me is that when we're talking about it, this is what Bruce had to say about the actual Necronomicon itself.
The high-rise setting, because that's
It's
a very
cool.
unusual thing for
It's
this
cool.
franchise.
The apartment is the cabin. And it's a single mom. It's not Ash. There's no connection to the previous movie at all. These days, it's about that darn book. Where does that darn book show up? Because there's 3 of them after all. We learned that from Army of Darkness.
There's one in my apartment, actually.
Well, there's a lot of them out there. But there's three books. So it's really about that these days, which is nice because we don't have to tie it in. It's too much brain power to have to connect all the dots to all these movies. So they're going to operate on their own now.
So you're not in that movie. You are executive producing
But I
it.
do have one line of dialogue in the movie.
This is a completely different book than Ash and Ruby have fought over. It's a completely different book than Ash was sent to get. And he said, basically confirmed that the 3 pedestals had 3 books, but they were all different. Now, he opened 2 of those in Army of Darkness, and then we saw him get sucked in or try to fly around and bite him. And then the 3rd one was actually the one that, you know, he's the one he's prophesized in as the chosen one. But does that mean the other 2 books were already claimed and those facsimiles were just representations? Or is there different times different people were able to retrieve those 2 books? So Bruce confirms there's 3 Necronomicons, 3 of them now. So we know for a fact that his is not the only one. It's not the Necronomicon. It's the Necronomicons. We now know they're plural, which is a huge change in lore when it comes to the Evil Dead universe. And we found out that the book that is going to be used in Evil Dead Rise is clearly the 2nd Necronomicon that has nothing to do with Ash and his group. Now, Bruce is going to do a cameo in it. He's doing a voice line of a recording. So Bruce will put his, stamp on that one scene. I'm sure you'll probably hear the Bruceness and you'll be like, oh, Ash, we love you. But he's not part of it. And his Necronomicon also isn't part of it, which means that there's still a 3rd one they can address. So this is complete lore change right now and a complete blow up of what we knew. We've all seen the scene where Ash is like, Klaatu, Barada. I said it. I said the words. I'm going to take the book now. But who knew that there really were 3? So the other 2, are they dummies and had already been claimed from the pedestal? Are they live but to other chosen ones? Like, what is this? What all this lore that has never really been explained? But Bruce has confirmed there's 3 of them, and this is a 2nd book in Evil Dead Rise. And I think this is just absolutely exciting stuff to know because I never anticipated that. It also makes things very interesting for the Evil Dead universe in its own right. What does the 3rd book do? The books have different spells in them? Is there different chosen ones? Like, this sets up a whole new pathway for the Evil Dead universe, sans Bruce. Now, I don't know if this is a retcon change that him and Sam came up with because Bruce doesn't want to do it anymore, or this was something they've always thought of and just kind of like kept it simmering underneath the surface that we just never picked up on. But I want to hear your thoughts. Drop them in the comments below. It's time to talk about a huge change to the Evil Dead universe. Thanks for watching, and later, mates.